All right, welcome to Ring Takes here, episode 142. We're still on the road to WrestleMania. A lot of stuff over the last weekend here for professional wrestling with a heel turn from the Viper. So we got the return of the Viper. We're going to be discussing that as well as talking about Oba Femi taking on the challenge of Brock Lesnar. We're going to get into that big exciting moment, as well as taking a look at AEW Revolution that happened this past weekend. We're going to be taking a look at the card and giving our reaction to that sold out event from Staples Center. So we're beginning into that as well. Join us.
One, two, oh my God, so close. He kicked out. He kicked out. He kicked.
And we are back, episode 142 here of Ring Takes here, taking a look at Oba Femi accepting the challenge from Brock Lesnar. But there's a lot more wrestling going on in the wrestling world. Randy Orton hearing voices in his head again. CM Punk and Roman Reigns promo heating up. Awesome Intercontinental title match between Penta and Dragon Lee. We're going to talk about that as well. But bulk of the show is going to be attributed to AEW Revolution, what taking place this past weekend. AEW with a strong showing. We'll get into that in a moment. But let's take a look at SmackDown here. We've been questioning up to this. Somebody needs to be heel in this feud between Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. I did not think it was going to take place this soon. I thought it was going to take place at WrestleMania, where the heel turn will be commenced, kind of like how it's been doing the past couple years and stuff like that, with Seth Rollins aligning with Paul Heyman and stuff like that. Did not see this coming this early. But what did you guys make of Randy Orton hearing voices in his head? He's back. '09 Randy is back. What do you guys make of Randy Orton turning heel on Cody Rhodes, setting up their match for WrestleMania 42?
Heel Randy Orton will always be the best Randy Orton, and we've seen that for over 20 years of this guy's character. His best runs were when he was a heel, and just the whole way that this whole thing has broken down. We talk about from last week, from when Cody won the title till now. Like the way, because they kind of accelerated this thing, like you said, Daniel, with this heel turn happening so quickly. Now, at first, when I first saw it, I thought it was a little bit forced because of the time. But then I had to stop and think for a second. They really have been teasing this for a very, very long time. With their prior matches, where they met in the King of the Ring, with their backstage segments, where Randy Orton was
I thought that's where it was going to happen, at the King of the
Ring. Same here, Daniel. Yeah, so they've been teasing this thing up for a long time. It's just that the fans have such a short attention span that they weren't paying attention to it. So this has been building, and like I said, they have the history. I can only imagine what the next couple of weeks are going to be as far as promo packaging or in ring segments go. There's a lot to tap into. But
Cody Rhodes might not appear next week.
He shouldn't. He shouldn't. He shouldn't. And it's funny. We're gonna get into AEW and their
Mm-hmm.
of him backstage all bloody and such. There's another visual of Randy in the ring with the title and Cody laid out outside. I mean, those visuals are so strong. And again, they don't do that. They don't do stuff like that every single week. So it makes the moment more powerful. Makes it more important. So I'm glad that somebody had to be healed. Me personally, it would have been more surprising if they went in the direction of Cody. That would have made things. That would have really change things up. But we get heel Randy Orton. That's the best version of Randy Orton that there's ever been. And I'm very interested to see how they're going to book this moving forward, because there is a lot of history and things that they can tap into.
Yeah, if anyone was surprised or shocked by what Randy did, I mean, like, come on. If anyone who is a wrestling fan knows Randy. Randy is an amazing heel. Randy has had some of the most twisted, messed up, shocking spots in the whole company. As far goes back as like twisting Jeff Hardy's earlobe to punting Stephanie McMahon handcuffed in front of Triple H.
The whole McMahon family.
Spitting in Mick Foley's face with a massive loogie. Like he's done
Kicking
it
him
all.
down the stairs.
He's done so much, and I think it's also the fact that it's been so long that we've seen that side. Yes, we've seen, Randy. In some ways, he's kind of been like a little Stone Coldish, where it's just like, he's older, he's, getting close to the end, but everybody loves him. They just want to see the RKO, kind of like just Austin. Everybody wants to see him do the stunner. But it's a refresher to give people that, like, oh shit, this is Randy. They're like, for those who don't even know, they're like, oh, this dude is huge, jacked, and he does this move, and oh, look at what he did to Cody. Oh my god, like he literally just smashed his head in with the chair, But I think it was a great reminder of who Randy is. I think it's just going to add more to his career. It's definitely rejuvenating. Adding more excitement to this WrestleMania card. I'm glad that this week we finally saw like the, not promo packages, but just like the verse photos of like the matches coming to Mania, and it's just like, all right, we're finally building this card. Like 4 weeks away. I'm like, Jesus Christ, but that's a whole nother story. But like, I'm just saying that it definitely is giving like, oh, I can't wait to see this. Oh, I can't wait to see what Randy's gonna say about all this. And yeah, this is who Randy is. Randy has always been cocky, violent. Just he's willing to do whatever it takes to get that edge, to mess people up, to break you down, and it's great. And it's great because obviously Cody's the giant babyface right now, and what better than a Randy heel? And I think that's just really what we need to get people excited for Mania. I'm excited for it now. I've been one of the ones saying like, we guys are just pushing so hard. This Roman CM Punk feud is like, where's the rest of the card? And we got 2 nights to fill, and it doesn't feel like we're filling that space or that void at all with excitement. But I'm glad that with SmackDown and Raw, we're revving the engines and actually getting excited for it, and I'm all for it. I think the funniest thing I saw online was just like WrestleMania season. It always starts with Cody just getting his ass beat and his brain bashed in. You had The Rock, you had Roman, you had
his 3rd year in a row. Yeah,
it's like, is this what Cody's gonna be known for every year? All right, who's his opponent? We're just gonna bash their head and make them bleed and get excited for Mania. But I'm here for it.
Yeah, for sure. That was the thing I saw on social media too. Just him getting his ass kicked. It looks like it happens all the time, and it literally does. It's like he needs to stop wearing a suit. Like, get ready for a fight every time now. Like, you need to
maybe a Nike Tech suit might help him out a little bit.
Yeah, something like the little cross.
Give him some agility.
The Night Factory fucking hoodie that he wears and shit like that. Like, stick to that. Like, get ready for a fight every time. Like, because. Literally, he gets his ass kicked every time, and I just always see the suspenders in his dress shirt getting ripped. I'm like, yo,
everywhere.
Like, you gotta be a little bit more rugged if you're going to be WWE champion.
The dress shoes flying off, It's
like, you got to get some more tactical stuff, man. Like, you're in a fight now. But I thought it was incredible. It was just nice to see Randy again. We all thought that we were going to get a heel turn way earlier, but they waited for the right moment for WrestleMania 42. So kudos to them. Because I thought it should have happened at King of the Ring. Because I thought after King of the Ring, I'm like, okay, now Randy can turn heel. There's the ammo. But now he's been losing to Cody Rhodes, I believe, a couple times. And now we're getting this instance where it kind of brought me back to Stone Cold and The Rock, WrestleMania 17, when Austin was like, I need to beat you. Like, I need that championship more than anything else. I remember that promo when he sat there across from The Rock and saying, hey, you're going to get the most vicious side of Randy Orton. So Randy did warn him. Just didn't expect it to happen that soon. But that definitely lit a fire for WrestleMania 42 again. The first CM Punk and Roman Reigns promo did that, and now we got this Randy Orton, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes assault, building up the build towards WrestleMania 42. I'm pumped for it. Randy's great. He's chasing number 15. That's the story. He's chasing history and stuff like that. A man like that does desperate things. And we know Randy Orton, again, Lewis, you went through it where we've seen this side of Randy before, and those people who haven't seen it, you're going to see it leading up to WrestleMania 42. That only means, especially with night one, this being the main event, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. Night one is going to be crazy, however they decide to go through that matchup. But it's going to be interesting. I'm just pumped to see heel Randy. I think we all are. And Cody's got to figure out a way to fight this guy because this is a different Randy when we see the the heel Randy Orton 09 psycho bald head skinhead Randy. We all remember those. We all remember those days of Randy Orton. So it's gonna be good to see that brought out. And again, we've been saying ever since Randy won the Chamber, even before that, the story writes itself: student versus teacher.
Yeah. And it's funny, they can tap into all the legacy stuff so easily. And that was literally when he was doing a lot of this stuff as well. Using Cody to set up these things and all these rivalries and getting all the titles and all this stuff with them. And it writes itself.
Yep. Can't wait to see what happens between.
I feel like
guys.
Randy needs just one more heel segment though, because even though the beatdown on Cody was vicious. I mean, the crowd was still cheering for it, and I think they're going to continue cheering for it moving forward. So I feel like he needs one more heel segment. Who's the
I think they're going to be cheering for it regardless.
The only person I can think of he could attack is R-Truth.
Nah, we can't keep lining up R-Truth to get attacked.
Somebody that's universally loved that would force people to finally boo Randy Orton.
I guarantee they're gonna use Jelly Roll, and they already hinted at it.
I guarantee.
As much as we don't.
Jelly Roll's not gonna. Yeah, Jelly Roll's not. Well, he comes off as sympathetic, but there's still a bunch of fans who think he doesn't even belong as a celebrity. So they'll cheer for that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. He's the happy-go-lucky outsider coming in.
You want to know who's the guy that he can attack but probably won't and can't do it because he just came here and he's trying to sell a whole bunch of merch? Danhausen. If he arcade and beat up Danhausen, if he beat up Danhausen, everybody would be like, "Yo, what the fuck?"
If he curses him. And then Randy loses. Proves that his powers work.
Yeah, because then right after, then he would have to get cursed, and that pretty much tells the story of the ending of the WrestleMania. Because we're supposed to be taking Danhausen and these curses seriously now.
We're gonna see what happens with the Miz, the New Day, Grayson Waller. See what happens with them leading on. We already saw what happened to Dom, so he's 1 for 1. Yeah. So we'll see what happens there. But again, just nice build towards WrestleMania 42 for this matchup. And I think it's just a tough spot for Cody because people don't want to see him in this spot for whatever reason, even though I think Cody's been great and I think he's been doing his job as the babyface. I just don't know if we're going to see heel Cody now with this because it's like his father, I'm just thinking about his dad. His dad wasn't a heel until he was a manager in WCW and then joined NWO. So it was a long time before Dusty even did anything like that. Cody has kind of touched on that with Bullet Club and stuff like that. So it's it's in his wheelhouse. Yeah. But as of right now, for this story right now, it's I don't see it happening at least. Unless he gets written off TV or something like that, I don't see it happening for a while.
Yeah. The thing that people are complaining, they're oh, it's the Cody fatigue or and I think this is just naturally what happens with baby faces.
Yep.
It's
with top guys,
we clamor and fight he deserves to finish. How long were we all finish the story? Everybody finish the story. Come on, you had it right there. Blah blah blah. And it's we got it, but now it's all right, he's champion. Give us something new.
It's wait a minute, you just followed me on this journey to be the guy.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying when he won the title again. Like, I'm like, people are acting like Cody won the title like 10 times already.
I
Like,
know.
that hasn't happened.
Like it's been 4 years again, and we're like, no. But and I think I don't know. Maybe it's because whenever we get these big baby faces, it's just them, and it's just them winning. That we're like, give us something else. And I think that was it's happened with everybody. It happened with Roman. It happened with Cena. Cody.
I mean,
People are like,
Seth,
yeah. So
you
many
know,
guys.
like,
Top
yeah,
guys for
you
TV.
want to know what it is? I've been saying this for the longest time. These guys need factions. They need factions to go up against that are credible on a main event level. What did Sting have in WCW? He had to go up against the Four Horsemen, NWO. You need to put factions in front of these guys, and I've been saying it forever. They just won't do it. I know they did the Bloodline storyline for like 5 years, and that was kind of like the thing. But mainly his main event at WrestleMania and stuff like that was Brock Lesnar. So it's like, I know he had Edge and Daniel Bryan and stuff like that, but it's like, you need something. You need something for the babyface to overcome and go through rather than just a tough opponent.
yeah, not
then it's
just
just-
Drew 50,000 times.
You know what I mean? Like, and they can do it. Like, I don't know. I got too many ideas in my head.
If
but it's just
anybody
like,
needs a faction, it probably is Drew. Drew,
I'd say
just do whatever that international group was with Rusev and Sheamus was.
not the United Kingdom or whatever it was.
United Powers, whatever the hell it was.
So, was Drew in that group? That was the League of Nations. He
No,
wasn't-
it was Wade
League of
Barrett,
Nations.
Yeah, League of Nations. He
Alberto,
wasn't in that group.
Sheamus, and Rusev.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine that group was literally built for Roman Reigns, literally for one guy. They put that together for just one guy,
And it could have been a very dominant group.
and
too.
it didn't even work. People were still booing Roman.
Oh my God. Well, let's keep moving on here to the other side of things. WrestleMania 42 continuing to make the build. Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman opening up a Raw. And we're thinking we're going to get the Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar. And we're like, okay, that's the challenge and stuff like that. Very good bait and switch by WWE.
Yeah.
Perfectly done. Perfectly done. This is something that we've been wanting for a while, even when we saw when these guys interacted in the Royal Rumble, even leading up to this, whatever the case may be. We got Obafemi coming out and taking down Brock Lesnar. What did you guys think about the whole setup with Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman? And then Obafemi coming out and demolishing Brock Lesnar.
That may have been arguably one of the greatest opening segments of Monday Night Raw ever. I don't care what anybody says. I know.
Right, I was gonna say the same
Exactly. That
thing.
everything about that was just right. And what made it right was that they got so much accomplished in such a little time, and everything made complete sense. And this is a week where you're not complaining about Seth Rollins and the masked men as much as you were complaining last week because they had purpose. They were out there to get slayed by Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar comes out. You see the connection with Paul Heyman, and obviously Brock Lesnar is made to look dominant as always, taking all these guys out. And then you see him face to face with Seth Rollins, and then that music played. And once that music played, that was it. Game over. He came down to the ring, man. He got into the ring, and then just the crowd. The crowd is what really made this moment. Saying his name, and then doing that in between saying his name. And I was just like, oh man, they're hot for this. Everybody's wanted this. And then Michael Cole's reaction when Obafemi put Brock down. Holy shit! Again, another example of. He really doesn't go off the cuff like that. But when he does, it means more because that moment called for it. Because Brock Lesnar's been put down before, but now you look at but not like that. That was just vicious. And this match needs to only have one result, and the result needs to be what we saw on Monday Night Raw with that Nigerian gentleman standing up on top at the very end. But as far as the segment goes, that was a tremendous segment. Like Daniel said, it was a tremendous bait and switch because it would have made sense if they went in the direction of Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins. I mean, the story would have made sense. We wouldn't have wanted to see it, but story-wise, it would have made sense. For
been
them,
the easiest choice.
yeah. For them to set people up like that, and then to have Obafemi come down, that was just perfect thinking. We need more segments like this. We need the program needs to have this the nature of the program needs to be like how this opening segment was moving forward. That felt like a WrestleMania build. That felt like, okay, now it's WrestleMania season. That was a WrestleMania season segment. Like every segment needs to be like that. That's how good it was.
Everything.
Yeah. Just to reiterate what Brian said, like that opening was superb. And one person that I will give a lot of credit to and who I thought came off like fit in so good into a glove was Paul Heyman. I don't know how they did it. I don't know if
Legend
makeup or if he was really that messed up, but like the bloodshot eye,
this Paul
stubble, the just looking like he just got hit by that damn chair and like walked out there, I thought was
whenever he has those moments, he sells out like that. He goes full in.
And like he said, he's 60 years old and this man is still putting out amazing work and just and building these stories so beautifully. And I'm like, just the close up on his face, I was like, how did we create this image so perfectly after what happened last week? And it was just like, hey, pop in there. And he's like, look at me. I'm destroyed.
Yeah, I just need to reiterate to people, that's not makeup. That's literally him sleep depriving himself so he looks that way. Like, bro, that's crazy when you think about it.
I'm just not going to eat for 2 days and let me just like be.
Not going to shave.
I'm going to let myself go. But anyway, yeah, and when I knew, I mean, we all know the relationship Heyman has with Brock. I already knew Brock was coming out. In my heart, I knew Oba was coming out. But I think the only question I have is, what is this whole vision thing has gone such down the drain that it's just leaving so many open questions, and we're like, what are we doing with half of these people at Mania? You know, it's like now we're just putting division in the tag team division. Seth, we're, I guess, godly hoping and praying that Braun Breaker comes back at some point so we can conclude this, but who knows?
I mean,
and if that's not the case, we're just leaving that until whenever he comes back and just press play and keep going. I don't know. And my only gripe is these masked men. They're just getting annoying at this point because there's so many, and who the hell are they? And is it just a bit for Seth to hide his face?
They're his students.
Exactly. Who knows? And you know, if they really are, shit, show their faces. So we're like, oh shit, these are actually Seth's students or whatever, or
yeah.
whoever the hell they are. But yeah, Oba coming out, and it's crazy to see these three guys from NXT, him, Javon, Trick, literally just taking everything by storm. But this has to be the stamp of everything, of just like the biggest baddest guy that everyone's afraid of, has been afraid of for years, and you got this guy march down, pop up powerbomb, and make the biggest impact we've seen in like the last 5 or 6 years. And I'm all for it. And once he's done with Brock, he needs to run through everyone. And it needs to lead to him and Gunther. Because of the impact that Gunther has had, that needs to be fed and constructed and made right, because that is money right there, and I hope so.
Lewis, I'll go even farther. If he beats Brock, his next program needs to be for the world title.
Yeah.
And then Brock Lesnar's going to cost them that opportunity, and they're going to fight again. They're going to fight again.
And just sorry, real quick, just what Brian said.
Yeah, go ahead.
As much as I was even saying prior to the segment, Oba needs to win, I already see in the card him losing. I don't see him losing clean. Losing on maybe Heyman helping, whatever. But just because of the stories we've heard of Brock wants to retire at SummerSlam, I see that, so that way they can have another match and then it be the final, whatever. But
I mean,
Wyatt
division
always,
can get involved. Like, there's a bunch of ways they can go with it. Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, you could have the division screw him to help Brock, which again, it's still crazy to think like Paul literally turned on Brock, and water under the bridge.
every time he's turned on Brock, every time. Yeah, it was a monumental moment, but I just want to say Obafemi is a copycat. He's a copycat. Yeah. There's another man who pushed Brock Lesnar out of the ring and created a monumental moment.
Drew?
Hells no.
I thought him kicking him out the Rumble. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. That was.
You guys are forgetting about the original Nigerian giant, Omos. Yes. If you guys remember, before their WrestleMania match,
where is he?
Omos.
Where is he?
Pushed.
Where is he?
Brock Lesnar out the ring, and we thought it was crazy that happened.
All right, Daniel.
Did we?
Daniel, I actually got no. Wait.
The way we're praising Oba right now, I don't think so.
Oh, man.
So Daniel, I actually have to correct you. You said he pushed him out of the ring. So that actually happened in Providence. I was at that show, and that was the most sloppy piece of shit I've ever seen in my life. He didn't do shit. He literally his hand like slipped off the side of his head, and Brock had to throw himself over the rope.
Whoa.
So no.
Whoa. I'm just saying, Obafemi's a copycat. They're both Nigerian. Both their names start with O. They both took out Brock Lesnar leading into WrestleMania 42.
So you know what? To silence this, next week have Omos show up on the show and let Oba do the same exact thing, pin him 1, 2, 3, and then we can silence that.
And I just had to do that for history. I just had to do that. I just had to throw that in there. Omos doing great work in AAA. I believe he's paired up with Vic Kingo. So
is he?
He's in AAA right now.
Is he doing great work? Because I don't think so.
He hasn't. I think he's only wrestled like a couple matches, like in the Battle Royal and stuff like that. I haven't really seen him, pull off a luchador move or anything like that. But
it's funny. I think he's one of those weird scenarios where I think he is just too big.
It's an outdated thing in this day and age of wrestling. Because we're so used to the guys being 6'7", 6'8", being able to do a bunch of things. Braun Strowman, as much as people talk about Braun Strowman, he's one of the best big men I've seen in terms of movement, like actually doing stuff, being fast. There's a different athleticism that's needed for big men now. Like it's not.
It's just in this era, it's different. And I don't know why. Like Big Show was the prime of just like did everything, and I don't know why they have not. I feel like they did have it with Braun, but I mean, I think a lot of injuries also stalled a lot of that, and they also didn't pull the trigger on him
multiple times.
Right times. Yeah, like when they did, you're like, and then when it should have, it was like no, and you're like, what the fuck?
It was just stop and go with him.
It was very hit or miss with the big guys, and it's just like Omos had that narrow window. If he would have beat Brock when he had that one-on-one, he'd be on a different trajectory right now. And if it looked good, he probably would be on the main roster right now.
For me, as you said, it's just that he's too big. Like he's just too big for.
I think that's what it is too.
Yeah, like he's just too big. Like I know what Vince was trying to do with an attraction and stuff like that, having a giant and stuff, but it's like that time has gone and passed in this era of wrestling, in my opinion.
Great colleagues can't pass for it no more.
That's who I was just about to say. Great Khali, like that's not happening today.
He was so big though.
My God.
But the crazy difference, Omos can actually walk. Khali was just like dope. This man could not walk. He looked jacked, but he could not walk.
Yeah. Spent too much time on Omos, but back to Obafemi. Just great that he's getting this shine, right? As you guys said, as Lewis, as you said, Javon Evans, Trick Williams, Obafemi. That's the trifecta of guys that came up from NXT, and all those guys are hit it. Even though I want Javon Evans to be in a bigger role, everybody can't get that spot right now. He's kind of, I think he might be in line for an Intercontinental title shot and stuff like that, maybe. But I think all those guys are doing great work, and for them to trust Obafemi, who's been doing a lot of things in NXT, He's come up to the main roster, hasn't really missed a beat. The crowd is behind him. The fans are behind him. I think that's the most important thing. And as Big E says all the time, two big men slap meat in the ring. That's all people want to see at the end of the day.
Forget your 5-star matches.
I hate the fact. I hate the fact.
Big meat men slap meats.
I hate that he said that.
He did. There's things that I hated from the New Day. I hated when they said
You need to
booty
find that clip and put that under this clip, and we will get 1 million views right there.
I gotta get the cut. I gotta figure out how to do that. But overall, things I hated from the New Day. Quick side thing: them throwing pancakes, the bootios, them gyrating all the time, and then Big E saying that. It's hilarious, but it's like, oh my god!
I was listening to that pod religiously, and
Yeah,
that
me
was
too.
the funniest thing.
Yeah, that shit was
It's
hilarious.
great
I
stuff.
was listening to that every week. I was like, New Day pod. Oh man,
Just great stuff. I think at the time of this recording, I think Breeze and Xavier are up on up, down, down. I think they went live. So I think it's the brand stuff they do for WWE 26, which I might try to adapt at some point.
Battle of the Brands. I fell off on that.
Yeah. Damn. But yeah, great stuff from Obafemi. It's going to be a car crash at WrestleMania 42 between him and Brock Lesnar. And again, Paul Heyman's one of the greatest. He brings emotion to the product, and a lot of people don't do that. And a lot of stuff, people aren't able to do that the way he does it. So, greatness from everybody, even Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins to me looks like Sami Zayn. I don't I don't know him pulling off the mask or whatever it is, but he looks like Sami Zayn. When they showed him on Raw, I'm like, he looks like Sami Zayn.
And they're trying to gain a lot of sympathy for. I don't know what it is. They're trying to gain so much sympathy for Seth, but it's just like this man was literally in this spot running this group. And because
he was literally causing the mess.
Now we gotta be like
literally taking out the Usos. He literally berated LA Knight, which we were supposed to get a feud, and we didn't get that. It's like, I get it from a standpoint, but it's like, I shouldn't be feeling bad for him at all. Like, I don't know.
Oh, you created this group, and it's literally the Judgment Day formula. Edge brought all these guys in. Yeah,
Pretty much.
Man, we're done with you.
Pretty much. The injury sucked. I wish they went a different way about the injury and stuff like that.
Yeah, Braun Breaker is definitely needed for Seth right now if he even hopes to be on the Mania card.
Yeah, definitely. At this point, if he doesn't appear next week, then you need to just pivot and just put Seth with somebody, or if not that, just hold Seth off until he's fully healthy, and then do the program after WrestleMania. You don't have to force the issue.
Yeah.
Have Seth be the
That's
host.
also how you knew Oba was coming out. The moment Michael Cole said, Seth's not medically cleared. Who's gonna come out and face?
It's like I'm like, wait a minute. That has not stopped Seth Rollins before.
I was gonna say something. I was gonna say in response to that. But it's Brock Lesnar. So is Brock really gonna give a fuck? In that case, when Michael Cole said, I'm like, but that's Brock Lesnar though. Anybody else? Not Brock Lesnar.
He's the safest worker ever.
Yeah.
Oh man. But let's keep moving on here. I'm gonna jump around. I want to talk about the Intercontinental title match between Penta and Dragon Lee. It was unannounced.
Yeah.
Maybe sometimes that's the best thing. Maybe we don't need to know who's challenging week to week and keep it a surprise.
It makes it so much more intriguing. I don't know why.
Defending the title week to week on television matters. Yes, we like Dom as the Intercontinental Champion and stuff like that, but him not defending it every week was a problem.
Yeah.
Now doing this, who we've been waiting for, who've been waiting to go, defending this title week to week, hopefully getting to WrestleMania 42 and stuff like that. Whatever the storyline is heading in, I'm thinking it's going to be a multi-man match at some point. Him and Dragon Lee in the ring. First of all, kudos to Dragon Lee. We saw him go up against Gunther, get his ass kicked, but it was impressive and put on a show. He goes up against Penta. He has something, and I wish they stopped booking him poorly. He doesn't need all these gimmicks. He doesn't need the wings. He doesn't need the LWO. Like, just let that guy go out and wrestle.
And I think that's what this was.
Yeah. kudos to him. The past 2 showings from him has been impressive. Even the way he took Penta's, I don't know what do they call Penta's finisher? I
Penta
call
driver?
it the Penta driver. I always call it the Canadian Destroyer. But
Oh, you mean the
when he-
Mexican destroyer?
Mexican destroyer.
yeah,
Yeah.
the Mexicans. Yeah. So it's like when that happened. No, I think Canadian from Petey Williams.
Petey
in
Williams,
TNA.
yeah.
So that's why I always get it mixed up. Just looking at what these guys can do, and especially and it just speaks to me. I'm like, stop wasting the talent on the roster.
Yeah.
Even if these guys are for one-offs or whatever the case may be, stop wasting the talent. These guys can go. And this was the epitome of this. We've been waiting to see Penta take off and have some killer matches. He's been doing great, but it's like, okay, we want to see him continue to build. Dragon Lee, who's looking to reestablish himself, awesome. Awesome.
Yeah. And I also like how they're letting Penta speak on the mic before these matches, just allow him to continue to connect with the crowd, because he really does have a great, tremendous connection with the fans. So I'm glad that they're allowing him to speak and communicate, and because that's only gonna make people love him every more. I mean, we always talked about WWE Unreal and how they featured him, and like he's gonna be somebody that down the line that they're gonna rely upon heavily. So I'm glad that they're giving him that opportunity to connect with the crowd in that manner.
He's in the TurboTax commercial.
He's doing
big
I
things.
saw that. That was the first commercial.
Stephanie, and
Like, I saw that. I was like,
him, Stephanie, and LA Knight are in there.
oh, he's
I
all
keep,
in.
I keep telling my girlfriend, I was like, you need to buy me a Penta mask, because
It's like,
I need one of those ASAP, and I'm gonna get one soon because
It's like, oh, Penta, you are a key cog in this machine now. They got you in this. Oh no, you making money now. You making that good money. Okay, Penta.
Yeah, you're gonna add money now. But yeah, I thought this match was tremendous, and I knew it was gonna be a great match just because. One, yes, that Gunther match definitely highlighted a lot of Dragon Lee. Obviously, his mismatch in terms of obviously the stature of Gunther and him, of his size, but it still showed the heart, the skill, the drive that he has.
Yep.
And then for him just to go against Penta, you're gonna have 2 luchadors who they know what the hell they're doing. They know how to highlight what they do best, and I feel like maybe that hasn't been done with Dragon Lee. Like he's just been. 1, put in tag teams, and then 2, just kind of, the whole dragon thing has just been like the main focus. And like you said, Dan, like the wings, I'm like, don't give this man animatronic wings. Like,
I'm just saying, I don't remember.
Let him come out to the steam of the dragon and leave it there. We don't need to overcomplicate. We add all this other like components. Like, yes. He's Dragon Lee. He's a luchador. Just let the man wrestle. And that's what this did. And it highlighted it so much. And he needs to, this shouldn't be a one-off. This should, keep going, whatever. If somebody else faces, he needs to integrate himself going for these mid-card titles because, he's young. He's another NXT person that is slowly climbing the ladder and needs to be highlighted more. So, I mean, they've even said it. They're like, oh, this is the successor to Rey Mysterio. They think he's the future. They think he's the next superstar luchador. You have to highlight him more if that's really what you're trying to build. Yes, Penta has been on a rocket to the moon, and he's our luchador right now, but there can be more than one. And obviously, the partnerships with AAA shows that they care about these luchadors right now. So it's utilize the ones you have here and highlight them more. And they're going to get over it. People are going to be wanting dragon masses and all that stuff soon, too. That's how you keep people wanting to see more, So I thought it was great.
How many times have I said on this program, when you have international stars or people that English is not their first language or whatever the case may be, just let them wrestle. Yeah. Just let them wrestle. It's pretty simple. That's going to get over. When the cruiserweights in WCW were taking off with Hoovy and Rey Mysterio and Dean Malenko and Chris Jericho, all these guys, they didn't have a lot of promos. I think Chris Jericho was the only guy that really talked when in the cruiserweight division and stuff like that. Everybody else had a mask on. Everybody else was from Mexico and stuff like that because that's where they got a lot of the cruiserweights and stuff like that. Ultimo Dragon from Japan and stuff like that. They had a couple of guys come over. But just let them wrestle. I don't think I've ever heard Ultimo Dragon talk. Just let them wrestle.
And he was on the
Just
roster
let
for
them
like
wrestle.
45 years.
It's not complicated, but I remember when I said when Penta first came up, and then we didn't know if Ray Phoenix was coming or whatever the case may be and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I said, hey, let Penta be a heel, beat up everybody in LWO, XYZ, and then have him and Dragon Lee face off. Like, this stuff can work. Like, it doesn't take much. And they're obviously not going to do that now. But I remember saying that back in the day. Like, just let these guys go. It's very impressive. These guys can go. That type of wrestling, even to open up your program, middle of the program, whatever the case may be, that could have been the main event. I would have took that. And that would have been fine by me. But great work from both those guys. Penta picking up the win, even though he took the Mexican Destroyer. That was awesome. I was like, holy shit. That was awesome. But let's keep moving on. Roman Reigns and CM Punk ending the night with another promo. What did you guys think about this heated promo? It seemed like they were going off the cuff a little bit more, a little stagnant there. But what did you guys make of this back and forth between CM Punk and
we're getting to a point. We're getting to a point where their first promo segment was so fucking good that nothing that they do is ever going to match
bar too
that.
high.
It's like they set the bar so high that everything that they've done after it just hasn't reached that level, and the stuff that they've been putting out hasn't been bad. That's the crazy thing about it.
Yeah, it hasn't.
These last two segments haven't been like horrible. They haven't been bad. It's just that they set the bar so fucking high. But that first one is that they can't match it. Like literally, these last two promos have pretty much been reiterating the same stuff from the first promo. Really, I mean, it really hasn't been nothing new added. It's pretty much the same old with CM Punk mentioning how Roman can't do things on his own, and now I guess apparently now the trigger for CM Punk is his age, which has been something that we've talked about on this show with his last couple match performances. We've talked about how like sluggish he may have looked in some matches and such. Yeah. So that has been an ongoing narrative.
However, like Roman Reigns isn't 40.
However,
but does he have as much wear and tear as CM Punk does have on his body?
I mean, he did. I mean, theoretically, he did have cancer.
Exactly. But who wrestled? I mean,
fair enough.
It's tough because obviously CM Punk wrestled probably much more from the beginning of his career until he would like left. But then you also got to factor in he did have like a 8-year gap.
Yeah, resting at home.
Exactly. Well, did he? He went to UFC for a little bit.
Oh man.
But
I think Phil would even want to forget that.
Yeah. I only booed because, like Brian said, you got Punk out here saying the same thing. Oh, I'm in your head. I'm going to beat you, blah, blah, blah. And then you just got Roman be like, give me something new. What else you got? You're saying the same crap everybody else says. I don't know. I would have liked this segment more, honestly, if Roman would have came back with some type of clever comeback. I did like the try hard comment. I was like, okay.
Yep.
Kind of like a thing to say. It was like, dude, we're all trying to prop you up because you're old and you're slow and you don't got it like we do anymore, which is a good hit. But I think just the build up to that was, I don't know. It's like they were trying to go out.
It felt disjointed. It wasn't as natural as the first one.
It wasn't flowy. It wasn't as cohesive as they were trying to make it, and they were like, let me just try this, and we'll go from there.
You want to know what probably threw this? The reports are saying that they were supposed to talk about CM Punk and AJ Lee's dog.
Is his dog did it pass?
They said some people were uncomfortable.
The dog did pass. Yeah, Larry did pass. Yes.
They did say that was maybe uncomfortable. I don't know if it was by CM Punk or AJ Lee or anybody else. I don't know if the management didn't want to touch that or whatever the case may be. But I'm sorry. My father, who's a legend.
Father, and we can't talk about his dog.
Literally, the head of the bloodline. Literally.
Daniel, let's put all this together. Okay, first of all, that wasn't CM Punk or AJ Lee. I'm pretty sure they both been in the business long enough to they would have allowed to talk about other stuff. That was all upper management, and they were thinking about money and they were thinking about sponsors because they knew if they start talking about dead animals, all them animal activists are gonna come out, all PETA's gonna come out, everybody's gonna come out. WWE doesn't like animals and all types of other bullshit, and they can't have that negative publicity during WrestleMania season. So they were that's what that was.
The real WWF would have gone after them.
They would have, and it's ridiculous. Anytime I hear anything about animals and celebrities, I always bring up Michael Vick. I always talk about how he got arrested for his case, and literally the man has been a model citizen for over 10 years, and still motherfuckers bring up the fucking case all the damn time. Like this is decades ago, and yet they still hold it against him because it was animals involved. So
tell us how you really feel, Brian. Tell us how you really feel about Michael Vick.
It's ridiculous, bro. Because he did his crime, did the time. He's been a model citizen ever since, but yet people still hold it against him, and it's just like move the fuck on.
He's been an activist. He's been an activist for dogs. He's trying to turn it around and just. I guess Roman Reigns didn't want to take. We're still a couple weeks out, 4 weeks out, 5 weeks out. There's still time. We'll see how it ends.
But that wasn't Punk or AJ saying don't talk about the dog.
That was some better angles and things to actually.
The issue is this is my thing. CM Punk got punched by Jimmy Uso last week. CM Punk punches Roman Reigns at this one. It's like, when are you guys going to get the brawling or some type of matchup or something like that? Or that's what we're used to seeing on the road to WrestleMania. People getting involved in each other's matches and stuff like that. We haven't really gotten that. And we're kind of only 5 weeks out. So it's like, what's the build in between that? And again, that first promo set the bar so high that it's just like, it's like, as I said, after that, just get us to Mania. I don't. You can make a promo package off the first
3 more weeks of just this and talking and just bash and get separated for 2 weeks and then leave it at that.
But yeah, we'll see what happens with that. We're gonna continue the build there. Before we move on, let's talk about Becky Lynch's return. Bayley took on AJ Lee in a highly competitive matchup. Basically, Bayley controlled the majority of the matchup. AJ Lee was able to lock in the Black Widow. What did you guys think about that matchup and obviously the return of Becky Lynch?
Very solid matchup. Solid matchup for. It was nice to see AJ Lee.
Why does Bayley keep losing?
They don't want her on the card. They just don't. And I'm sorry.
She went to AAA and lost down there too.
I'm sorry to say, I honestly think maybe it's just me thinking too much, but I think it has something to do with Bayley's appearance. I don't know, because I was talking to someone. I was like, they just keep doing this to her, and it's just like, I honestly look at everybody else who she came up with, and it's just. At the top, you got Charlotte, Becky, you had Mercedes, Sasha Banks, and look who you have now. You got the Tiffany's, you got Lash.
I'm sorry, I still don't think Becky Lynch is better than her. I still don't think it.
That's what I'm saying. I think it has to do something with appearance, and not something I want to say, but I think it has something to do with that. And
this is the company that made Nikki Ash Raw Women's Champion.
With a
superhero.
With a mask on.
A superhero.
With a mask on.
I don't want to hear anything. I don't want to hear
which, by the way, was her idea. Yeah.
Fair. But just to have Bayley lose all this stuff, and I understand that she's not going to lose. She's not going to beat AJ Lee. I get that for the IC title. It's just not going to happen. I get that. That's fine. But
explain to me another reason, though. It's like she has the ability, she has the character, but we just keep throwing her to the bottom of the barrel. It's like she doesn't deserve. She's one of the pivotal reasons why we love the women's division. That NXT takeover is literally the standard for what we want from women's wrestling,
Mm-hmm.
and this is where we're gonna keep like. This is honestly, I feel like she's getting a natty treatment, and like, yeah, you've been
To be fair, she
this,
did
but
win. She did win the Royal Rumble 2 years ago. She did win at WrestleMania.
yes.
So I get it from
There's
that
literally
standpoint.
2 other mid card titles, and we can't have her go for either one. I mean, yes, she just went for this title, but lose. Come on.
Well, they did.
Major
Well, they
League.
did tease in the segment afterwards that her and Lyra would be talking to Adam Pearce about getting a tag team title match.
Tag team match.
Now, I hope it's to get inserted to make that a fatal 4-way situation.
Yeah.
Bailey just needs to be on the card. To go 2 straight years with somebody of her caliber not being on the WrestleMania card is unacceptable. Like she.
Let me say this: I don't want the Bellas at WrestleMania. I know it's happening.
It's happening.
We don't
Dan,
need
it's
them.
your fault. It
Don't.
is your
Whoa.
fault.
Here we go.
It's both you guys' fault for bringing in these damn Bellas. Oh, they need another run. Oh, they need another run.
Whoa. I did not say for them to be in the tag team division.
You wanted another run, though. They didn't specify if it had to be a world
If
championship or
she
tag
was
team.
already back. She was already back. I said the natural order of things, if they really
Win
wanted
the
to,
title with Brie.
We blame
is to win the
you.
title and then have Brie
Brie
help
in
her.
the-
That's all I said.
So
If I
a
open-
longer title run is what you're saying. You wanted a longer title. That's what you're telling me right now, Dan. You wanted her
I
to
just
win
hope-
and have a longer run with her sister, and now
Hey,
you're saying,
hey,
"I don't
hey.
need them in the tag division."
Hey. Sometimes people are wrong. That's okay. We move on.
All right, as long as we take accountability, is all I'm saying, Dan.
We move on and we learn from it. I do not want to mention their names
This is
ever again.
why I say when you guys bring up certain people and then they get put in these spots and then we complain about it, I'm gonna say this is your fault. You wanted this, and you have brought it to
don't.
fruition.
Didn't on SmackDown? Didn't they say they were coming after the SmackDown the tag titles and stuff like that? I'm like,
Yeah, they're like, well, we got our title shot, and guess what? They're gonna have it. They're gonna lose, and it's gonna be a multi-female tag match.
I'm fine with that, but it's just like I really don't want to see them. But
Yeah, you don't want a full-blown Brie mode at WrestleMania because everybody's gonna go nuts for it.
I'll never forgive. I'm not going to say that. I'll let it go. I'll let it go. Let it go. Things are a little tense right now. I'll let it go. But yeah, Becky Lynch coming back. That was expected. Like we thought this was going to happen, with or without the title. But I think it's going to be interesting. Their build. Obviously, they're going to have a match at WrestleMania. So we're looking forward to that. We'll see how that goes. Not much else from Monday Night Raw. We had Stephanie Vaquer defeating Raquel Rodriguez. Io Sky coming out and thwarting Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, helping out Stephanie. We had, was it El Grande Americano? Not the original. I don't know why they just don't save that for WrestleMania. I don't know why. But
It's coming. They're gonna probably announce the mass versus mass match in the coming weeks.
even in AAA, they got into. They were in the number one contenders match, won by the new El Grande Americano.
Yeah.
So he's going to be challenging.
It's crazy how in AAA he's a babyface, but on Raw he's a
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the hell out of him on AAA, but he's the dark.
It's like Bret Hart. It's like Bret Hart when he was at War with America and he
Yeah,
was a
with
fan
Canada, yeah,
favorite
just
in
like that,
Canada,
yeah.
but he's hated in the United States. Nice play on it. What else happened on Raw? I think that's about it.
Danhausen.
Yes, Danhausen cursing the New Day. We'll see what happens with that because his curses have been working. So he's already cursed Dominic Mysterio losing the Intercontinental title, cursing the Miz.
Now Grayson Waller too.
Now Grayson Waller of the New Days.
What was it? The whole Austin Theory talking to
Maxine.
Dupree after her loss to Natty.
I'm just gonna say this. I was trying to avoid this, but the fact that they have butchered this storyline when it was there. We knew it was going to happen. They pulled the trigger too early, and now they're just shitting all over it. Why? You need matches for WrestleMania. Why?
I don't know.
Why?
You
I
could
don't
have,
get it.
again, a reiteration, should have had her out getting to get that title.
Mm-hmm.
Then when she got the title, the turn would have meant more. We hadn't seen Natty in forever. And the moment that she loses her title, then you just, oh, screw her. Like, yes, you had those vignettes, but you didn't even see Natty fully.
Like, get jealous. Like, week to week
they
or
didn't
anything
even
like
tell that
that.
story. They
And now
just had
you
her
want to
training her.
expect Michael Cole to explain this whole story. Well, she said that she didn't need her. Well, she said she used the dungeon. It's just like, you're not going to captivate people by just having commentary tell the story. Show us. Why is this so hard to build?
It's not. It was right there.
It was right.
It was
there.
right there.
It was a complete fumble, and at least even when they didn't really tell the story between them with the vignettes, and they randomly had Natty come to the ring with her for her last title match. Even then, they still had a chance to save it with Natty attacking her. But even the attack was worthless. Like it was nothing. There was no steam. There was no heat to it. Like if we're supposed to get behind this new character, like again, like I said off the air, what's the difference between Natty and Natalya right now? Besides the mouthpiece and the look,
Nothing.
Same action, same nonsense. Like it's the same thing. Like there's nothing different between them right now. Which is unfortunate too, because we wanted this gimmick. Like I don't know how many weeks I screamed for it, saying like I want the low key legend. I want what I saw in Bloodsport last year.
Be careful what you ask for, because then when we get it and then it doesn't turn out how we want, we're gonna look at you to blame.
Accountability is very important.
But it's like it's very. This was very, like I said, this was very simple. Like you saw the crowd wanted her. You saw how she was. Have the same
I set it up. I set it up for the guys. Have Maxine win the title. She had the title. Have her help Becky Lynch win the title back. Or help her. I don't know. I had it. I had the storyline, and I'm just like, you guys just shat all over it.
You could have even let Maxine just be champ. But like you bring out this character and you give it no stability, no stability.
Perfect setup.
You can't bring a new character and like, yes, she's dominated Maxine, but it's like one, she doesn't have the title. Two, a lackluster turn. She should have been taking people out on her own. Like, okay, I trained this girl, now I'm for my own. Let her build to actually probably feuding with Maxine. You could have easily done that there, but no. Because
Triple H was involved in a similar setup, not the teacher training part, but the whole point of goading somebody. WrestleMania 14, he goaded Owen Hart into defending the title on a bum leg, beat him, and then they had a match at WrestleMania. And all Triple H did was just mess up Owen Hart week to week. Owen ended up losing, which I didn't agree with. But it's right there. Like, you guys have people that have been in that position. I don't get why it's so bad. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. Really, even in the, as I said off air, even in the ring, it looks bad. It looks disjointed.
Even if Maxine would have had like 2 more defenses, it would have meant a little bit more.
Yeah, and she would have been like, yeah, I'm building confidence. Like, I can do this, XYZ. And Natty being like, yeah.
You. I'm supporting you. Look, another win. Now it's my time. Very simple. But because other people are at play, other people need the title to make it more relevant, you squash what little you're giving other talent. And that's like, why?
And we've said this before.
Becky and AJ are so established. Why are you doing this to Maxine? And
first
Natty
of all,
needs this rejuvenation.
Perfect setup. Have Natty win the Fatal 4-Way the other week to be the number 1 contender for the title. Yeah. Have Becky Lynch return to take out AJ Lee. Have Natty win the title. And then having a raged Maxine Dupree return from injury try to take her out.
Yeah, yep. Fight to get the title match. So many
Like,
ways to go about it.
I don't understand why they. I don't like Lewis just said. I don't understand why they feel as though Becky versus AJ needs the women's IC title. It really doesn't. Like I don't get it. Like having the title involved does nothing for their story. Their story has been established for like 5 or 6 months since September.
Yeah.
Like the story is already there. It's already been established. What the fuck does the title add to it? Not a goddamn thing. And then you got like we just talked about. You got a program over here starving for something. Like I don't get it. Like I don't get it. Like bro, see, this is the reason why. This is the reason why Road Dogg's not there anymore. Like what the fuck? Like we need to start cleaning up Morehouse. Like Bruce Pritchard, Michael Hayes. You guys need to be next, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Dum dum dum. Pressing buttons there. Yeah. But yeah, like I just don't understand it. As I said, we can run a division. Just give us a division. We'll run it for you guys. Don't worry about it. We'll run the division for you guys and get you guys right. Let me run it for you.
Just give us the mid card. We'll start.
Yeah, we'll create another star to send to the main event, and we'll keep it running. Not complicated. But yeah, let's keep moving on. AEW Revolution took place this weekend. Big show taking place out there in Staples in Los Angeles, California. Very ruckus crowd out there. First of all, let's go over the card here. What did you guys think about the event overall and the presentation of AEW, and where would you place this card in the stepping stone for AEW taking it to the next level?
All right, so this was a very very good show. Was it a little long? Yes, but that has been the established. That has been what AEW does. Like, okay, they do pay per view. They're not like WWE where they're doing pay per view like every 3 or 4 weeks. Like literally, their last pay per view I think was in December. So there's been a full 3 months where there haven't been any pay per views for AEW. So in a way, the length of this show was kind of justified. It's just that it's just hard. Yeah. It's just hard to get through. It's hard to get through 3 to 4 hours of anything, no matter what it is. So, but other than that, I thought it was a very very good, very solid show. I thought the first half, the pacing of it, I felt was a little off. I felt like they did a lot within the first hour and a half that they could have spread out amongst the entire show. But as far as the in-ring quality, it was the best. It was the best of the best. This is what AEW does best. But one thing with AEW pay-per-view that won't be mistaken is that you're gonna get great matches. You're gonna get fast-paced athletic style with a lot of high-risk spots. I mean, that's the AEW indie wrestling style. Like if you're into that fast-paced style of wrestling, then you'll be entertained. I'm into it. Lewis is into it. Definitely from that standpoint, it was a very very good show.
Yeah, like I was saying off air. I don't know why this pay-per-view, mind you, I don't always have time to watch AEW week to week. I try, because a lot of stuff does happen during the week, but I was very excited for this pay-per-view. And just because AEW does their pay-per-view so good, I get so excited to see the payoff to these matchups. Not all of the matchups are always built up perfectly, but they're things you want to see at a pay-per-view. Yes, I will say these pay-per-views are very long, but for some reason this pay-per-view didn't exhaust me. Maybe because I didn't watch it in a full
sitting.
I had to watch it up to a certain point, and then I watched the rest probably the following day. But I was very excited for it, and obviously I was very excited because as brutal as they are, and I mean they always get everybody talking. The main event, Texas Death Match, which is what Hangman is known for, and then you got MJF in the mix, even more exciting. I was also saying like this was probably one of the few cards where it's like there was not a whole lot, but there was tag matches, there was trios matches, or 6-man tags, and I'm like, they're not always for some reason, I'm not always the biggest fan of 6-man tags, just because it always seems very one-sided, and you're like, oh, okay, they're gonna lose, blah blah blah. But I was very excited. I love the trios match, the women showdown on this card, and then as a whole, like just a lot of great wrestling. And I think this is one of those cards where it's like you don't need to be watching AEW for so long to just get a sense of who the characters are, what they're fighting for, and just how good they are. You know, like there's a lot of people on this card, a lot. You know, just between the trios, tag, main event. I mean, women's and just other things. And I think it did almost every match was a championship match. And I think this is this was one of those times where actually having all these titles very much benefited the company, and you didn't think, holy shit, why do they have so many titles? And it's like, this is why, because it makes all of this entertaining, must see, on your edge. I think that was the one comment I heard that I thought Excalibur said, or I don't know if it's Tony Schiavone. He was like, you don't need to buy the full seat because you're only gonna need the edge. And I was like, that quote right there,
yeah, that's a good one.
was perfect. And I was like, and I literally was, because every match I was like, wow, like that spot was crazy. This was nuts. This person I love, and I thought it was great. And I've been saying, I'm like, AEW is reeling me in with these pay-per-views, because these builds right now with WWE, they are not the best. There's only one or two things, and also compared to WWE, these cards are much smaller. We're getting 4 or 5 matches. Look at how many matches are on this. Some people will be like, that's too much. But for me, it's actually gotten me really excited to see what everybody's going to do. So.
Yeah, but to add to that, I will say, as long as the card was, there were like at least 2 or 3 matches that are on this card that they definitely could have left off for now they were like I got the 6-man with Darby Allin, Orange Cassidy, and the Dogs. That could have been that's done. That could have been saved for Dynamite. I'll even go as far as to say Andrade and Bandito should have been saved for Dynamite, because they didn't even have a story going into it. It was literally just a dream match that they just threw together.
Yeah.
Let's just throw these 2 Mexican wrestlers on the card because they're great wrestlers and they'll have a great match. There was no story. They had one backstage segment and that was it. Like at least
I would even say just because there wasn't really any stakes, the Brody swerve could have been just a main event of Dynamite as well. Like, yes, I know they've been feuding for a little bit, but
they actually had weeks of. They had a couple of
maybe
weeks.
The women's tag match.
Yeah,
maybe the women's tag match could have been saved.
Exactly.
But we had a debut on AEW Revolution after the Toni Storm and Marina Shafir matchup. Guess who came back to wrestling, everyone?
And in the same fashion,
Ronda Rousey has returned to professional wrestling. Wow. For the first time in a couple years, I believe, since SummerSlam, I want to say 2023, if I'm guessing right.
That amazing match with Shayna Baszler.
Oh, my God. What did you guys make of this? Because this is the first time we've seen Ronda Rousey. There was rumors of her doing stuff with ROH and stuff like that. What did you guys make of this? Because I have a bunch of thoughts on this, but what did you guys make of her returning and confronting Toni Storm?
Brian, you mind if I go first on this one?
All right, go ahead.
I was not a fan of it, just because, and you know, it's funny, because I was delayed. I saw one of you guys say that. I think Brian brought it in the chat, like, Ronda Rousey's all elite, and I was just like, huh. I wonder what she did. I thought she might have done something impactful. And she did not. What did she do? After the match was done and her friend lost, she crawls into the ring and just points at her. And that's all we get. I thought it was very disappointing. That's probably my only gripe with this whole card, but I thought it was very disappointing. It was very Ronda-esque and corny. It was just, I'm sorry, it gave me
just
that
a whole bunch of nothing is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Well,
Ronda pointing at the WrestleMania sign or
Oh
pointing at
man.
someone. I'm like, why are we still doing this? Attack somebody. Just beat the crap out of Tony. I was waiting for that moment in that match, and I'm like, where the hell's Ronda? And then she just after points at her, oh come here, and nothing happens, and I'm like, this is what we're doing. So yeah, that was just my vote.
well, here's my thing. The reason why it came off the way that it did was because literally, remember, Tony Storm and Marina Shafir. That was the second match of the night. The first match of the night was the Bucks and FTR, which had the return of Adam Copeland and Christian Edge and
Yeah.
Christian.
Yep.
So
That's what you were
literally
talking
just
about,
had
Dave.
a bigger, literally just had a big return, just literally like 20 minutes before, and now you have this debut right after. I mean, you got to space these things. That's what I mean by you got to space these things out. I mean, I said it's a 10 to 13 match card. You got to split some of this stuff out. If they had done it like right after this match, or if they had saved Marina Shafir and Tony Storm as like the third or fourth match of the night, and then you brought her out, maybe it would have been received better. But because you just got Edge and Christian coming back, that put it in a bad spot. Now, as far as Ronda Rousey goes as a competitor and such, like as controversial as she may be, because I know she's made some controversial comments recently. Her name still does carry weight, though. As much as people don't want to disagree about it, when you hear the name Ronda Rousey, it does still mean something. I mean, she's gonna have this fight on Netflix with Gina Carano coming up, which I'm gonna tune into because I always loved seeing Ronda compete in the octagon. I'm interested in seeing that. So, and that also. That's just gonna bring more eyes. Now when people see her on Netflix, they're probably I don't know if they're gonna make note of it, but they probably might mention that she's working for AEW now. So her name does still carry that weight. Where bringing her in wasn't such a bad idea. How you go about it moving forward, though, is what's important. Because I agree with Lewis. I mean, to have her just come into the ring and then just literally just point at Tony Storm. I mean, you gotta have her do something impactful, something serious, something to make people think that like, she's okay. We now see what her role is. Right now, it looks like she's just there just to back up Marina Shafir.
Yeah.
But we want to see Ronda Rousey actually doing stuff. There was a point in time in WWE in the very beginning when they signed her, and she had that first tag team match where people were looking at her seriously and were saying that she could have a future in the professional wrestling. There was a point in time. Now, eventually, over time, that got completely wiped out with the horrible booking and the horrible character and everything else. But at the very beginning, there was that potential. Now AEW's in the same position, so now hopefully they can learn from WWE's mistakes.
You know what I just thought of, and probably the reason why she probably only did that is because she's about to have that fight on
Netflix.
Whatever that fight on Netflix is gonna be, or exactly. So they're probably like, hey, you can appear on this program, but do not
can't get physical.
Not during training camp. Nope. Not during training camp.
So now it probably is making more sense, but at the same time, if that's the case, hold off. I get that Marina Shafir was her moment and like she was having this match, but again, she lost. You could have had her do something very minor, maybe I don't know, help her win. Like it just doesn't make sense to have her friend on the card lose and then be like, "I'm here." Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna do anything though.
Let me say this. Ronda Rousey returning to wrestling, good for her. Good for her, because she's a person, when she first debuted, we all thought, oh, this is going to be awesome. Like, if she can really get into this, she has a knack for it. She understands, she can wrestle. The character so much, the promos and stuff like that needed some work and stuff like that. And it was like, just have her be a badass. Like, we don't need her to do all these promos and try to smile and try to act like she's going up against authority. I think her character in AEW can work better than it did in WWE because AEW pushes the boundaries a little bit of what's real, what's not, and the physicality of their matches. My issue with Ronda Rousey is now that she's returned, you dealt with WWE marks in terms of being sensitive, people coming at you, not leaving you alone. You are now in AEW with the internet wrestling community,
which is 10 times as worse.
So just be prepared for these guys to be on Twitter and these guys to be in your comments, tagging you and stuff, and being on your ass. That's my only thing with her. Get ready for that. And it can't be, oh, you guys are too rude or you guys are crazy. It can't be that.
Whole fan base is
their whole fan base.
They may be a couple of kids here or there, but it's 90 to 95% us, guys like us.
Yeah. So again, I think her character can work in AEW better than WWE because they're going to let her do her thing. To me, it felt very WCW-ish. What I mean by that, when WCW always brought in celebrities or stuff like that, it was like, are they going to get physical? What are they going to do here? X, Y, Z. And then they did nothing for the first time until they can get cleared or whatever the case may be. Again, we know about the fight that she has up against Gina Carraro in May. Which is weird enough because it's on Jake Paul's card, I believe. I believe Jake Paul's promoting that whole fight and stuff like that. So
is he fighting Francis Ngannou? Or is that
I hope not.
Somebody's fighting Francis Ngannou, but I don't think it's one of them. But I know they.
I think he pulled. I can't remember who he's fighting.
Yeah,
but yeah, just in general,
it's not important. It's not important.
Yeah, but just in general, just all the stuff, and then they were saying there were reports out there saying people knew in WWE. Some people were shocked. Some people were like they knew. But whatever the case may be, Ronda Rousey returned, and again to do it against somebody like a Toni Storm, right? Like everyone loves Toni Storm. She's been the breath of AEW for a while now until everything else got caught up. For her to go up against Toni Storm right now, it's like, what are they doing here? Because Toni Storm has been the cash cow for a long time in AEW. Yeah. To bring Ronda Rousey up, basically she's a heel. Mm-hmm. Marina Shafir is a part of the Death Riders. I don't know what they're doing with that whole storyline. Because we just saw Kenny Omega return as well on the night as well. So it's like, are they back to being heels now? Like, what is that dynamic playing into this as well? So, with Ronda Rousey returning again, good for her because it seemed like she has a knack for it. It seems like she can do it. Hopefully she's gotten better in terms of promo stuff, and maybe they don't even need to do that. Maybe that's why they have probably the Death Rider appearing and stuff like that, but it makes sense. If she was going to be a part of any group, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. But overall, just be prepared, Ronda. I hope you do well. I hope you add to the AEW women's division and stuff like that. She's had a kid and stuff like that. She's in a different place now. She said all this crap about WWE and UFC. So it's going to be interesting to see her run here. Obviously controversial and stuff like that, but we're going to be seeing what she does in AEW going forward.
I'm also very curious to see how off the cuff she'll be to actually talk, just because I feel like in WWE maybe she wasn't allowed to say everything that she really wanted. Mm-hmm. She is somebody who likes to, talk crap and like.
Yeah. That's her whole.
That's
her whole
thing.
Like
in WWE, they kind of toned that down. They're like, you can say this, but not all that.
We're trying to sell rowdy shirts.
WWE, they were writing.
We can't have you calling people.
Yeah.
I mean, WWE was writing. It was like writing scripts for her. AEW was pretty much going to tell her, "Hey, we need you. Hey, we need you. We need you to do say that. We need you to go in this direction. You're feuding with this. You're feuding with this person, and you need to
bang.
You can make it personal. Yeah. Say what you want to say. Just make it personal. Mm-hmm. That's it. That's AEW. So she's gonna be off the cuff.
That's it. They're doing the reason why there's so much upside in AEW is because she's not fighting Liv Morgan, she's not fighting Emma, she's not fighting the lower tier people in wrestling, right? So that's the upside we can get into because we know there's going to be a lot more give back in terms of character and in the ring and stuff like that, especially with Toni Storm. I can't wait to see what Toni Storm, and apparently on AEW, I think Toni Storm got taken out. So
off the show, yeah.
So maybe we get something there down the line, but something's in the works there. But Ronda Rousey, glad you're back in wrestling, but be prepared. That's all.
I don't have too high hopes.
Anything else you guys want to talk about? Obviously, we can talk about the world title match.
Oh
We'll,
yeah.
we'll get into the world title
Yeah.
match, but there's one thing that I wanted to bring up. As a matter of fact, I just said it about AEW pay per views. They really do need to learn how to space out some of these big moments. Literally, within the first 3 matches, you had Edge and Christian come back, you had Ronda Rousey debut, and you had Will Ospreay come back from his injury. All within the first 3 matches. At the end of the first 3 matches, literally. And you got a 4-hour card that you could literally just split those up. That way they would all get their respective moment. Now, leaving the show, all people are really thinking about is really what happened in the main event. They totally probably forgot that Edge and Christian are back. They forgot Ronda Rousey debuted or Will Ospreay came back. And then you had the tag team match, women's tag team match. And you had Swerve and Brody King, and then you had Kenny Omega come back.
Yeah.
literally, so you had 4 people. You had 1 debut and 3 returns within the first 5 matches, and it's a 10-match card. Like, you could have spread it out. That's all I'm saying. Just spread it out. Yeah. That's all.
My only other comments is more praise. I thought that 6-man trios match with Mystico and Speedball Mike Bailey and
you mean Sin Cara?
the original Sin Cara, the good one.
Let me say this: he has come a long way.
You know what's funny? I did not know that Mystico was Sin Cara. I was like, their mask looks very similar. And then I literally Googled it, and it was like, yes, Mystico was the original Sin Cara. He gets taken over by somebody else.
Okay, I'm sorry to interrupt you, Lewis. He gets a lot of shit, but actually, WWE is the one that fucked him up, because realistically, if he was in CMLL and you immediately debut him in WWE with the WWE style and everything, he couldn't adapt. He didn't have the time to adapt to that. Yeah. He being in CMLL for all those years, wrestling that style, they should have put him. I don't remember if NXT existed during the time he debuted or not.
It was in the early
FCW. Yeah, it was way early.
Whatever WWE's developmental was, that's where he should have been for a couple of months before they put him on the main roster.
He would be better today than back.
Yeah, but you know what's funny? I always heard that there was they talk about there's the 2 Sin Caras and there's the good one and the bad one, and I don't know if he was the good one or the bad one, but
I think he's the good one. I think there was another person.
There was one who missed a lot of spots. And
so Mystico was the bad one. It was the other one. Hunico was the
Hunico,
good one.
Yeah.
Hunico was the good one. So Mystico was the bad one. Hunico was the one that was actually in WWE's developmental, and then they put the mask on him.
Oh, okay. Well, either way, I thought that match between him and what was it, the Dogs?
No, that was the Don Callis family.
See, Louis, you only remember who was in the. See, that's what I'm saying. So many damn matches, so many multiple tags. You only remember who was in.
No, yeah, you're right. The Dogs was
Darby Allin,
against
Darby Allin.
Yeah, Orange Cassidy.
Mystico was teaming up with Speed.
Because they faced Kyle Fletcher.
Yeah, the Don Callis family. Yeah.
Yes. Who was the other guy? What's that dude's name?
Mark Davis.
Mark Davis, and then who isn't it? Luchador.
Oh, so it was Fletcher, Okada, and
Okada. Yes, I thought that match was. Well, I mean, obviously you got Okada and Kyle Fletcher in it, but the other dude that's part of the Don Callis family, a beast. That was just like, highlighting just his power, but I thought it was a great hard hitting match. Speedball Mike Bailey is. I wasn't too much of a fan of him originally. I thought he was doing too much of that karate stuff, and it was like kind of bringing him down a little bit. But after watching his matches with Kyle Fletcher, amazing. This match, amazing. I just thought, them winning, and they were wearing their own mask at one point. And just, I guess, Mystico just getting his own, obviously becoming all elite as well, and just getting the praise that he deserved. I thought that was just a great hard-hitting match. I will also say the Jon Moxley, I've said this many times, Konosuke Takeshita is amazing. That dude can go.
Babyface turn coming.
Yes, it is. And that's been building.
I just wanted to point this out. There's 14 people in the Don Callis family. I just wanted to
There's so many. And I mean, and that's the thing with Don Callis. You have people that join him, and they always slowly become heels to babyfaces. You had it with Will Ospreay. You had it with Kenny Omega. Who knows if maybe at some point we'll get it with Okada, but Okada, I feel like it's just loves being a heel right now. But I also see it happening with Kyle Fletcher at some point. But yeah, Konosuke Takeshita, that's one dude that he doesn't even talk on the mic or says very little, but his in-ring work is just top tier, top notch. I need him going this year, at least going for that AEW World Title and hopefully winning it at some point, because that is somebody who I'm like is a star and is way too precise and hard hitting that it can't be denied.
Mm-hmm. For sure. But what did you guys think about the main event? I loved MJF tribute to Terry Funk.
Yes.
I like the trunks and stuff like that. But what did you guys make between the match between MJF and Adam Hangman Page?
But before we get into the main event, one other thing I just wanted to talk about. I'm gonna jump into the main event right after, but I just want to say that the opening match between FTR and the Young Bucks. I know, like I said, I know we talked about it last week. I know a lot of people complain about them having so many matches, but like I always say, their matches are always good. They always put on a great match.
This was that was a really good match.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it wasn't to the level of like the first one or the second one in my opinion, but it still was a great match. Like I said,
it's a different dynamic as well.
Exactly, a lot different dynamic. Them having their families involved. I can see that match 20 times, and I'm always going to be entertained because those two teams always leave it all out there.
It's like Hardy Boys, Edge and Christian, Jeff Hardy.
Those two together are always going to have great matches, so I'm always going to be entertained by them. Now to get into the main event. I mean, it was what it was. Texas death. But let me ask you
nearly 50 minutes.
Yeah, it was very long. But let me ask you guys this question: is there anything that those two guys did that you didn't already see on AEW in the last 7 years?
You know what's funny? I thought the Texas Death Match with Hangman and Swerve was way better.
It was way better. It was way better. That's my point. Yeah.
I know. In this match, like, they had the glass, the syringe, which I didn't think the syringe was too crazy because we saw that.
Yeah, and mind you, the way they did it was actually a lot more vicious than when Swerve and Hangman did. Because MJF was only supposed to go halfway in his cheek and then inject. He went all the way through. Like the syringe is literally sticking out of this man's cheek, and he's literally pressing the liquid out. And I'm like,
I need to know who teaches these guys how to do these spots.
Like,
where they're like, it doesn't hurt that bad. Boop, and it's just like,
I think
there's a needle sticking out of this dude's cheek.
I think the pay helps. I'm pretty sure you get a lot of extra money for that. So
you get an extra $100K.
I'm pretty sure the money helps.
Yeah,
they love doing it. That's another thing. But my thing about the syringe, I just don't think it's needed. You guys have glass. You guys have a chain. You guys have chairs. You guys have barbed wires. Is a syringe really going to make me quit? Is a syringe really going to make me quit?
Have you had a syringe in your cheek, Dan? Do you know how painful it is?
I've been to the dentist. I can't think it's any worse than that.
Did he go through your cheek? Like, I don't think he did.
The way the spot was set up, there was no point in having any liquid in the syringe. You might as well just stuck it through his cheek and just left it there.
Brian,
there was no point. Like this dude's over here injecting something, and it's like, bro, you're not injecting anything. The syringe is sticking out of his cheek.
Maybe he was sterilizing.
The syringe
sterilizing. That's what it was.
Yeah,
it was alcohol. Rubbing alcohol.
But like I said, what it was. It was brutal as hell. You knew they were going to take it to that level. That's one of the things. One of the strengths of AEW with their hardcore matches and their personal issues. They actually have the ability to go to that level, to cross that line of violence. But everything I saw in the match again was all spots and stuff that we've seen in other death matches and other blood and guts matches. Like nothing was unique. Nothing was really different. I did like how it ended though. With the finish with MJF hitting him with the Dynamite Diamond Ring and then kind of choking him out the same way that Hangman choked out Moxley at All In. I liked how they did the finish. But other than that, there was nothing like physically violent that I haven't seen before. Nothing made me like jump out of my seat and say, "Oh my God!" They went through an exploding table. They've done that a couple of times.
Hey, I will say going through the electrical table
Yeah.
was better than that exploding match that failed
Yeah, with Moxley and
horrifically.
Kenny
So,
Omega.
Death match.
exactly. So I
Yeah.
will say that spot was probably
Yeah.
done much better than that match was.
They
Yeah, but I've seen
practiced
this
it
much.
before.
I've seen that they did
They
that spot
practiced.
in an Anarchy Arena match with Kenny Omega and I think Nick Jackson, where he gave him a one wing angel through a table that was the same way. So it's like, and that spot looked better than this. So it's like as far as the violence goes, like bro, unless someone's getting shot or stabbed at this point, there's nothing new that they can do.
Don't give him any ideas, Brian, because Dan's gonna.
We've
go
seen
off
a
the
car.
rails.
We've
Like,
seen a
he got
flamethrower.
shot.
Yeah, Braggers. If someone gets shot or stabbed, someone has to get shot or stabbed at this point.
They
because
they have
literally-
they have raised the bar with the carnage. That's why I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure why they brought back the skewers again.
It's not GCW deathmatch levels.
yeah.
And
with light
maybe
fixtures
next
and-
we'll get a pizza cutter.
No, please don't. Why did you say it?
They did use light fixtures though.
They did.
They did use
I
the
forgot about
light
that.
tubes.
I forgot about
I
that.
don't know. I don't know. I'm just like, the one thing I'm going to say is I'm impressed by MJF. He is the modern day Ric Flair.
Yes, he is.
In terms of being able to be a heel, have that bravado about him, but also able to put on these long matches.
Yeah.
Ric Flair, a lot of the times, put on a lot of long Broadway matches, hour time limit draw type matches. MJF has been the king of that. And the one thing, you would think he would have a faction and people helping him and stuff like that win all
He's
the
had
time.
a faction.
He's had it.
He did.
But he's doing it on his own as a heel and getting these wins.
Yeah.
Like, that's impressive. And that's where it's like, I can't hate that guy. I
He's
can't
so
hate that guy.
good. He's so good.
Is he a better wrestler than Kenny Omega? No. Is he a
No.
better, Adam Hangman Page? No.
Like I said,
But in terms of the ability to hang with those guys is impressive.
Yeah.
There's guys that can't do that.
No.
Yeah.
And he
So-
he has, like he says, he has that it factor. He has because he can wrestle. He can take the hits, but his mic work and character work and how true he sticks to his character is
never turns it off.
it's undeniable. You don't see that commitment to a character, which a lot of I feel like I don't know. A lot of people that talk about him, they're like, "Who's the biggest like jerk?" And they're like, "I'm JF." Like that's just him, and it's just like, is this also just really who he is? And it's just working so well that he's just like, "Yo, I'm gonna be the biggest."
All right, let's get some straight. Okay, first of all, that's not who. If that's who he really was, he wouldn't be getting movie roles. Like if he was that dickhead asshole,
No, yeah.
you imagine him going into an audition and pretty much being the asshole to whoever's interviewing him, saying, "You should
Yeah.
just give me the role because I'm fucking MJF."
Yeah.
Like, like so.
No,
But he sticks to the character well.
Yeah,
Like
maybe I'm saying it. In the wrestling business, he commits
If it's
to
wrestling,
his
he's in.
Yeah.
he talks about his professionalism. He's like, dude, be professional. Like he talks about meeting John Cena, meeting Seth Rollins, meeting all these guys. He's just like, hey, I love your work. I admire you. I was a John Cena fan. He's just like, hey, I love what you're doing too. Like he's like he says, he's salt of the earth. He is all about this business.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure when he was filming Happy Gilmore 2, he wasn't telling Adam Sandler to go fuck off. Like, I'm pretty sure he wasn't
Telling Becky Lynch and
Yeah.
You fucking Mark.
he's just great.
Yeah, no,
Like,
he's great, bro. Like I said, go ahead, Daniel.
he's an ambassador to the wrestling business.
Yes.
That's what he is.
Yes.
Like when you think about guys like he's an ambassador to the wrestling business, and he's doing a great job for AEW. Great job, fantastic job.
Yeah, no. Like I said before, I mean, the vibe of the show was just better when he's there. The vibe of the show was better when he's champion. That's why I'm glad that they went in that direction of keeping the world title on him because like I said, like he's been saying, ratings have been up, ticket sales have been up, and that's all primarily been since MJF has been back on TV. Like, bro, you need AEW needs MJF. Like I don't know how many ways. Like I said, they need MJF. Like,
And
remember how I used to say they needed Chris Jericho? Now they need MJF.
And he's also getting a lot of new matchups, like him, Brody King, him, Bandito, him versus a lot of people who he hasn't faced, and like
The whole thing with
I don't know where this goes with Hangman. And I think that's my only gripe is like I don't like these type of stipulations because one, is he leaving? Two, how do you come back from this? And are you really keeping him out of the title picture because he is one of those top guys? You know? Or is this just going to be another full-blown redemption arc that's going to take another 3 years and then I don't know. We've already gone through.
No, he's gonna win. He's gonna win a casino battle royal at Double or Nothing and get the opportunity again.
Yeah,
You can't challenge because of that match.
MJF is gonna do something, but just fantastic work from those guys. And MJF's so giving, like he's cutting himself up, like like him and Hangman just giving each other to the bit. Like I can't. Like those two guys are impressive and they're doing great work for AEW. Next event for AEW is Dynasty in British Columbia, April 12th. We already got FTR taking on Cope and Christian Cage. Cope and Cage.
Copenhagen.
So I'm pretty sure that's going to be the main event where they do these special locations and stuff like that. So AEW hitting on all the right cylinders, and that's right before
the weekend before WrestleMania.
WrestleMania. So WWE is definitely going to be watching.
Yeah.
For sure.
They did that before with Blood and Guts and War Games. Right the week before.
One more comment I will say. Tekla is amazing.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Been sold on her from day one.
The way she just like, I don't know what it was. I'm gonna say like aura in that match was like superb. Like her just like the little like I thought it was like the simplest touch but did so well for her character that I'm like, I understand why she's women's champion. Not that I didn't understand it before, but it's just like that is what Chris Statlander is missing, and it's just like the smallest thing that she needs to be the full package in that champion, but Tekla has that. And again, she has her own group. She's this twisted like heel, and it just works very well for her. And I understand why she's AEW champ right now.
No, it's working well. Again, AEW hitting on all cylinders here right now. Lots of returns, lots of action pack that's hitting. And they got the buzz. They got the wrestling eye looking at them, especially in comparison to WWE, which has been up and down. As you said, the pay-per-views for AEW at least have been consistent. So that's one thing that's coming into this time when looking at both those companies. But we'll see what happens next week on the road to WrestleMania. We're going to continue with that. SmackDown, obviously, we're going to see Randy Orton respond. We know he alluded to on Raw, talking to wrestling has more than one royal family, so that's leading to a lot of conversations if it's his dad or if people are saying it's Ted DiBiase Jr. or people are saying
I don't think it's Ted DiBiase Jr. I think he's in the middle
he's in jail.
He's in the middle of a court case right now, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he got sentenced. I think he went to jail.
Yeah.
I know he's aware of what's going on. I know he's thinking to himself, fuck, I could have been a part of this shit somehow.
Randy could have RKO'd me on a return or something like that.
If he stays out of trouble, like he literally could have been a part of this story somehow.
Yep.
Oh man. People are saying it's The Rock.
Yeah.
Which is probably everyone's kind of leaning to. So we'll see what happens there with the road to WrestleMania. We'll see what happens with AEW Dynasty, the build there. Obviously, there was AEW Dynamite. But we'll continue next week, picking it up. Until next time, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for joining us. Remember to always kick out on two. Until next time, people.